Alright, so this is going to be an informal video about the grenade launcher. I'm not experienced in making videos, so I expect it to be quite a bad video, but the concept is still the more important part. Alright, so what I'm going to be talking about is you can use a grenade launcher like artillery. I figured this out a long time ago, pretty much the moment I ever got my grubby hands on one, but I'm bad at making videos, so I didn't think about doing it for a while. Step number 1, if you shoot straight up, no matter how high you aim, like locks at this certain point, you cannot hit yourself. It's going to actually land at a consistent range of about 30 meters in front of you. As you can see, I missed. About 30 meters, 30 to 40 meters if you aim straight upwards. It can be a little bit closer if you use the recoil to aim higher than you already can. Obviously, at 0 degrees, you know how the grenade launcher. I shouldn't have to tell you this. You should know how the grenade launcher arcs by this point if you want to use this guide. Obviously, the higher you aim to a certain point at about 45 degrees, instead of going farther at about 45 degrees, when you start aiming higher, it actually starts coming close to you because it's just how ballistics work, okay? So above the 45 degree mark, the higher you aim, the closer it's going to land to you. So obviously, as you saw there's 30 degrees right there. Here's 0 degrees. At 45 degrees is about here. This is like pretty much the maximum range you can fire at. The maximum range is about 120-ish meters.
Tagging location, west.
How you can actually make this effective to the point where you can actually like hit a certain target is trying to actually get some landmarks in between there. So if you can start consistently getting 45 degrees by going from 0 to 90 and trying to split the difference, you can get different ranges. So if this is about 30, and this is about 120, if I want to hit an 80-meter target, I can aim about right here. But obviously, this is going to be a very small radius, and that doesn't seem practical. Why would you do that? Well, there's a firing technique that can widen the spread a lot. It's actually really effective for actually trying to hit a target that dies to one grenade, which is pretty much every bug or automaton that isn't a heavy unit. So if I think they're about 85 meters or something, I'm not very experienced with it, or I just don't know that landmark. I'm going to pick the spot where I think it is, and depending on how large of a difference that I think it is, I can shoot a large grid formation. It helps if you have recoil reducing armor, but I can shoot a large grid, and you can do it faster or slow, obviously, for a sustained barrage, and you can obviously hit a much wider radius. So, for example, if there was a Tyranid structure behind, like there's a bunch of eggs behind this wall here, and I'm trying to just nail it from really far away because I don't want to go in there yet. Usually you can't hit all the eggs because of the position of the walls, but you can still thin out the horde ahead of time. You can like, okay, so I'm gonna mark it. It's about 70 meters, so that's gonna be like definitely higher than 45. It's gonna be pretty high. So I don't think I would know where that is very well, so I'm going to shoot a large grid, and I'm gonna be able to widen my margin of error. So everything in a relatively huge radius is going to be oh yeah, you can see how beautiful that is already. So everything around there is going to be dead soon enough. You can also have your teammates mark the location for you. So if someone just pings like, oh, over here, you can see, oh, 80 meters. Pretend there's a big rock here. I can give you fire support. Here you go, bud. I can shoot. Okay, 80 meters.
Last reload. Tagging location, northwest.
First attempt. Whenever you do it for a while, you can get a pretty good spread on it. I haven't been doing it that much. It's been a really long time since we've even tried that, but I still got it, I guess. Obviously, it just takes a lot of practice. Like these are just going to be tips that can help you be better at this. So you think you're better than your friends. So like, hey, check this out, and then you scare that you're like, oh my god, that was so cool. But something else you can do for extra firepower, even if you already see a target, you think that you're already going to shoot. Well, you can prevent a breach by absolutely obliterating that target. It really helps with a supply pack if you're trying to do this artillery play style, because obviously you can have a lot more ammo to waste. But you say, oh, target 40 meters. Don't let go, so you can get the full barrage off. Reload in the time that they're airborne. And it's like you just dropped a cluster bomb on them. It's really effective if you can get really good at it. Okay, so we got some targets out in the wild. They're about 100. Okay, so 100 meters. I'm not even gonna do a second barrage. I'm just gonna try to hit them on my own. First take, by the way. Obviously, I'm on trivial, so I can actually test this out. I might go get a better clip later, but obviously, as you can see, you can get effective, accurate fire if you practice enough with it. Obviously, if you go into like an egg, it's more effective for large targets where there's obviously going to be a ton of targets. So if you shoot at if there's like an egg mission or something where you have to blow up, where you know there's going to be tons of them and you can't miss, then obviously it's going to be more effective than the 3 bugs there. And obviously, like if this was on a higher difficulty, at least there'd be a lot more kills. You'd probably at least get 5. You can obviously do it on these structures, but you're gonna need to be on a higher difficulty so you can actually get more than 4 targets that you can blow up. Obviously, I'm on trivial, so I can test this for this video. Okay, I'm finally in range of enemy of a bug nest. Okay, so as for example, I see someone on the walls here, so this might make it a bigger problem. And I'm also trying to do this solo, so I don't have anyone covering me. But I'm gonna try and take out as many hostas as I can see. Just a demonstration. So, as I can see, if I look on the map, okay, about 120 meters, that's pretty much the max distance. I'm going to aim at 45 degrees. I'm going to give it a decently wide spread.
Last reload.
It would help if you... Also, if you know exactly what line you want to shoot on, and you're not, especially if you're inexperienced, you can also just shoot. You can also just shoot in line straight upwards, and you can actually get a pretty good. You can get a pretty good. You can be exactly on target. It's definitely gonna hit it at some point as long as you're in range. If you just shoot straight up. All right, let's go see how much damage we're not. Oh, here's another good example. I see the hives there, but I'm a little bit too behind this wall, so I can take some pot shots up here. All right, as we can see here, we didn't even have to go in there. We already killed 15 eggs and about 12 terminids. It's an effective strategy, but I don't really have any examples right now. I've definitely done better with it, but you know, it's more of a niche. It's more of a niche thing.